Welcome back. Well, it's your chance to step back into Ybor City's colorful past during the annual Buildings Alive Historical Hop.
Here with all the details is President and CEO of the Ybor City Museum Society, Chantal Hevia, along with Andy Dohman, Principal and CEO of Design Styles Architecture. Welcome to both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so very much for having us on the air today.
So a lot of new stuff going on this year at the event. Tell us some of the key components of what we can look forward to in terms of new buildings.
Right. Well, almost every building that is being featured has not been in a hop before. We've got some key signature buildings like the Centro Studio10, which has been around for 100 years and it's a very major building. We have smaller buildings, 3 of which were residents upstairs and businesses downstairs, which is also a kind of a cool element of that. We have one building that's under construction, which is the Al Lopez House. That Al Lopez House will become the Tampa Baseball Museum when it's completed. And this is the first time that we've actually had an under construction building.
So this is great. People can actually get a preview of what the Baseball History Museum is going to be like, right, before it opens.
Absolutely.
Right.
And tell us a little bit about your role, because your building used to be a grocery store, yes, and now it's been transformed.
Yes, our building was built in 1930, and it used to be a grocery store, and it sits next to the last operating cigar factory in the city of Ybor. So it's a very fascinating building, and as Chantal had mentioned, it has one of the owners of the grocery store used to live above the grocery store portion of it, so it's one of those live-work places.
Now we have some photos, or I guess they're photographs before and after of some of the buildings that are going to be featured. Chantal, if you could tell us what we're looking at.
That's the Centro Studio10, which has been a social club and a mutual aid society for almost 100 years. It is a signature building that has been renovated and restored.
It looks very similar. It doesn't really look too much different.
But the interior
it's been around forever, serving the same purpose.
Yes, it has.
And what's this building?
Andy, help me with that.
This is the Stantec building that was completely renovated. It's one of the major buildings that we're having on the floor.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
So
nice.
So it's about a 30,000 square foot building. Very fascinating.
So as far as, okay, what are we looking at right
here?
This
is actually our office, the before and after the restoration, and it was a complete restoration to the building.
And that's the Ritz.
The Ritz, I love the Ritz.
It's wonderful. It was a theater, it was a nightclub, and now it's a beautiful venue for big name acts. And you don't get to see the back of it very often, so we're going to take you where usually as an attendee you do not go.
Well, that's the cool thing about the tours. You get to see those behind the scenes types of things. What are we looking at here?
I want to mention this one because this was the King Greco Hardware, and our 3-time mayor of Tampa, Dick Greco, lived there.
Oh, wow.
So who lived there was also kind of interesting. And Andy, I'll let you do this one.
This, I believe, is the same building.
Yeah,
it's the building now.
Yeah, today
cool.
It's completely renovated. So it's fascinating to see the buildings come back.
So tell us a little bit about the tours, how long they'll take, and you said there's food and beverages at every stop, too,
Absolutely.
at every building.
Oh, I like that.
So the deal is you come to 2 registration points, which is at Stantec or Centro Ybor. Once you check in, you can get on the first buildings tour, or you can get on a trolley. And Jolly Trolleys, we have 3 of them, take you around to the different tours. You can get on and off as you wish. We have tour guides that are very knowledgeable about Ybor City to actually give those tours. We have people who are have great characterizations that they do that will be on the trolleys. So that's kind of fun. Goes on from 5 to 9, the tours themselves do. And then we have an after party from 8 to 10. So as you finish your tour, you can get together, share your ideas and experiences. There we will collect tickets for prizes for drawing at the end of the evening. So we've got music, Latin jazz, and with a DJ. Some more food, some champagne to end the evening.
So sounds good.
That sounds wonderful.
It's a fun evening.
Well, and this is a great way for people that maybe haven't spent a lot of time in Ybor City to see really the history of the area, because I think a lot of people, I'll go down there and I'll say these buildings are gorgeous, but I don't know anything about them. So you actually delve into what these buildings used to be.
And that's the beauty of it. People are able to go through these buildings. You drive past them every day, but you don't get to go see them inside. So there's about 8 or so buildings that are on the tour that people can go through, see the buildings, see how they're being used today. And it's fascinating to see all the old buildings that have been repurposed and brought back to life and reused.
And something you said, too, about the Tampa Baseball Museum, it used to be Al Lopez's house.
Absolutely.
So that's a perfect example of getting something that's, you know, beautiful and refurbished today
Right.
and has that piece of history.
A lot of history in Ybor.
Well, thanks so much, guys. We're
Thank
really
you.
looking forward to it. Buildings Alive is this Thursday from 5 to 10 p.m. You can register at buildingsalive.org or pay at the door for $45. Check in at either Center Ybor or Stand 10.